Everyone, I'm Ryan. Well, this is actually a preliminary video for an upcoming video, which will probably show up tomorrow, where basically everything is done, and I just need to add a bit of a video background to it, essentially, the main focus being the audio. So, a bit of context. I am a huge fan of online horror, okay? Whether it be, like murder mysteries, unsolved mysteries, of course, ghost hauntings, demon possessions, maybe some in the more fictional realm, such as, the SCP Foundation, creepypastas, No Sleep, all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love it. And to be honest, I think I've probably listened, by sheer amount of volume in just the overall media, I've probably listened to this kind of stuff more than I have listened to music. And yeah, like, I think that's one of the reasons why I never considered doing it before, is because it was such a ingrained part of what you could almost call my being, that I never really ever like even bring it up in conversation, because it's such a normal thing to me, It's like almost just part of daily life that, like, I've never really ever had a reason to bring it. Like, the only other person I know who listens to this kind of stuff like me, and I've actually discussed this stuff with, is a friend of mine from college. She is literally the only other person that I know that I've actually talked about this kind of stuff. And yeah, so basically, yes, for this channel is going to be completely different, I know, but hopefully with this video, and especially for those who actually do listen to this stuff, hopefully you'll be able to give me some feedback on, whether you think the video is fine or not. I think as a first, starting attempt, it's not too bad. I did go a little bit extra with the accents, just because that's another thing. I thought that doing this type of horror reading and all that would be very beneficial to kind of build up my voice over time, Like, I've already done some voiceover and narration work in the past, but never really on my own, like as in with no direction, and actually something that kind of follows a story. Most of the time it's just reading stuff. And even though, yes, those were very interesting projects, and I'm, like, grateful to be on them, and even then, like, I don't know, like, this is like the one area where, like, I can actually say, like, I have somewhat like an idea of what to do, and it's exactly why I had so much fun doing it. Like, to be honest, the story itself, I won't really say too much, but yeah, I mean, I just picked whatever from No Sleep, just because I needed something as a test, like a testing run, right? A bit of a test material, and I picked whichever seemed short enough that I could actually make it. Ideally, future videos, I don't need to, like, nitpick and go for, like, the shortest, like, format video. This doesn't mean that, once I actually start doing these, I'm gonna do those, like, 2-3 hour, like 20-30 story videos. Those are fine, but I kind of want to make this in the style of more higher production, like horror readings, somewhat akin to the No Sleep podcast in a way, or even the Black Tapes podcast. Oh, that podcast is amazing. But basically to that level of, or at least to the best of my ability, to kind of reach that level of quality, than just, like, reading spooky stuff and keeping some spooky stuff, or like spooky music in the background, Like, no hate to those channels, I still listen to them and I do love them. If you just want to consume horror without really having to wait for a creator to, like, take time and create it, just having someone just read the stuff is pretty good. It's almost like a audiobook. But this, again, is more to be like a, like, experience, I guess is the best I could call it, than just listening to a story, I suppose. And so I did, I did some basic sound editing here and there to kind of make it a little bit more immersive. And yeah, hopefully I can improve upon that in the future. And so, yes, these are particularly to be audio, like, formats only, and that's typically how you'd listen to them. Like, I'd normally, like, this used to be, like, a pretty common part of, like you could almost call it a ritual. Whenever I come back from school, come back and just, put on my headphones or put in my earphones and just, like, sit there listening to the stuff for hours on end. Maybe sometimes on road trips. Oh god, on road trips, just traveling anywhere, these, like, types of formats are really great. And the reason why I love them so much is the feeling that you get when you actually listen to them. It's like, it keeps you a bit tensed, a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And some of them, when they're, like, really messed up, right? Like, there are some which genuinely kind of, like, stick with you. Like, those are the ones that, like, especially morbid reality stuff, that's, like, really good if we're talking about non-fictional. Like, that kind of stuff, like, sticks with you even, like, after, probably even days after listening to it. And, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm not really gonna stick to, like, this first story is just a r/no sleep story. But I'm not gonna limit myself to that, of course. I'm gonna try other things. And the one, like, side little thing I want to talk about is demon possession. I absolutely love everything about demons, even though it's kind of a bit of a duality, because even though I absolutely love to learn about them, like I've even read up on demonology and did a bit of research on them as well, I also absolutely hate them. Like, even talking about this right now instantly kind of makes me freeze up a little bit and get a little bit more tense. Just even thinking about demon possession, not even thinking about the specific demon possessions. And to be fair, it is a bit of my fault, because I kind of, like, started researching a bit too much, and again, like, saw a lot of possession tapes as well, so that's a pretty good image in my head, and it doesn't help that most of them actually have audio as well. But yeah, essentially I would love to do a demon possession story at some point, or something to do with demons, because I absolutely adore them, but at the same time I'm very, very terrified of them. They're kind of like snakes. Like, I would love to own a snake as a pet, but, like, they're also bloody terrifying at times. Anyway, yeah, I don't really think there's much else to say here than, well, you know, you guys just look out for the video, and yeah, just let me know what you guys think in that one's, I suppose, description that should show up at latest. Today is Saturday the 28th. At latest, it'll probably be, let me just check the calendar so I don't make a fool of myself, Monday the 30th, but I'm pretty sure I can probably upload it on a Sunday. So yeah, give it a listen and let me know what you think, because again, this is like one of the first videos in like a very long time that I actually really enjoyed making, and I think it's just purely because of the fact that I've listened to this stuff so much that I actually know what to do. I don't need to follow a specific checklist or format. I know pretty much almost exactly what I need to do, and I know what I need to improve upon already now listening to it. So yeah, regardless, even without that, I would still love some feedback if there is anything, or any criticism is, I mean, any forms of criticism, whether it be constructive, destructive, I don't care. It all are welcome. Anyway, yeah, I think that is about it. Well, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, just keep a lookout for that one, and if it's out, I'll probably, like, you know, keep a link of that within this one's description. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see all you guys later. Peace.